Oh, Desert Tech. I will have enough money for you one day. I wish Desert Tech wasn't so dang expensive. Good old Yukon lighting optics on fire. That's classic. Oh yeah. Oh jeez. Giving away some gear. Not bad. It's not bad gear. It's alright. It's not like crazy expensive stuff, but need me a Bull Armory Pro Tac. It's a beast. What up, boys? Alrighty. T-Rex Arms, man, you guys still posting, huh? My boy Lucas really got worked over on that one. GTA 15, please. You can play GTA. I played GTA. Last time I played that, it was like, sheesh, like 2022. I don't really play many video games anymore. I have a gaming rig, actually. I have a couple of them I bought quite a while ago as well. Then I opened a business, and now all I do is run the business off of it, so they're kind of worthless, but they're still cool looking, I guess. Worth a lot more than I probably should have spent on them. It is what it is, though, right? Can't win them all. I do play Tarkov, though, from time to time. Thank you. It's, well, I mean, that is like a really, really crappy little 22 I threw together one time. quite a while ago. I had a bunch of parts laying around from one of my first gun builds. And the 22 was in pieces. I ended up taking a bunch of the mil spec parts off of that for a different gun, so it was laying in pieces, and I kind of pieced it together, as it were. So it's not really that great of a build. I would show you my other ones, but as YouTube's guidelines state pretty clearly, I'm not allowed to actually handle firearms on live streams. So, but I can real quickly show you here an actual firearm that's worth a little bit. Can't really see it. Let's see if I can get a better. Yeah, there she goes. That is the CM7S by Chattahoochee Munitions, 8.6 blackout. It's a 12-inch SBR bolt action. The rugged suppressors, titanium, Alaskan 360 Ti, MDT bipod. Really cheap budget optic, but it works really well, so I'm not complaining. I have my another one sitting right there on the chair. Actually just did a build list on this and posted it. If you guys want to go check that out, it goes over all the parts on it. Got the wife's set up as well. Got a little gun in there too. Nothing special. We are doing a giveaway on the channel if anybody's interested in winning some gear. I don't know if all of you have heard or not yet, but we'll be doing the four winners specifically. One person will be taking home 4 mag pouches. These are GBRS Group Gear mag pouches, as well as a nice little Kydex holster, OD green from Havoc Holsters. This is the Night Owl, cut for a TLR7 Glock 19 chassis with a Safariland holster, or a Safariland belt mount. And then also be doing a plate carrier. If anybody would ever be interested in having a plate carrier, make sure that you are entered in the giveaway. It's OD green, medium, large size. What's up, Bullets and Bass? How's it going, brother? Reporting me to YouTube and FBI for possession of illegal assault rifles. Jeez, man. Please don't do that. No, I'm kidding. You can report me if you want. They're all legal, and I am 100% allowed to own them, as I live in a country of freedom. I know there's specific parts of this country that don't offer those same freedoms, but I don't live in those communist states. I live in a wonderful land of freedom. Not communists around here, as you might already see. Ruffle a few feathers there. Anybody play Tarkov at all? Yeah, I know, man. I'm one day they might just get lost in that boating accident. A lot of people don't know how common of an occurrence that might actually be, but it happens, you know. That's right, buddy. America. Update this game. I'm gonna play a little bit of Tarkov, actually. I haven't played video games in quite a long time. My daughter's napping right now, so 1,500 hours, man. That's quite a bit. PvE Tarkov is great. Live free. Have a few myself. Good man. Good man. It's important to practice your constitutional rights. I feel as if it's a responsibility that we have as American citizens to make sure that our Constitution is being upheld, and by doing so, we're exercising our rights. So, good man. Afternoon to you, Beyond Raging Bullets. How you doing, brother? As many of you probably that play Tarkov may know, it takes a million years to update, and I haven't updated it in months, so it's taken a little while, but this little 5070, she's doing some work. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Cowboy RL, that's it's very kind of you. What's going on, Georgie? How you doing, brother? Man, a lot of people asking for new parlor tricks with the pistols, man. That's a lot of times. I'm sure you're pretty well assuming that they fall to the ground quite a bit, as well as pinching fingers. I get pinched and smashed. I mean, all the time. My fingers are really feeling it these days from all the people asking for me to do those tricks. So, my homie Craig said you're cute. Well, thanks, Craig. Appreciate you, big dog. All right. Open this crazy Tarkov nonsense here, see what we got going on. What's my EDC? So I swap. Sometimes I have 3 different guns that I carry regularly that I practice with. My favorite, most compact, obviously, is a Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. It's the Easy. I use the 380 version of it with a really, I guess, overly compensated standoff device. It shoots incredibly flat. And then I also will switch back and forth from that to my Shadow Systems MR920 Elite. It's a 9mm, basically a glorified Glock clone, kind of a Gucci Glock, if you will. Thing's pretty sweet. It's compensated. It's full size, so I mean, you know, if you're carrying full size, you probably know as well as I do that they're kind of a pain sometimes, and it's nice to go to something smaller now and again. Yeah, it's definitely a great pistol, Cowboy. You're not lying, brother. Alrighty, 15. Let me see how many hours I have in this game wasted. Oh, that's embarrassing. Somebody said 1,500. Just gonna go ahead and put myself out there real quick. I know. Don't hate me. It's been quite a while since I jumped on. I played a couple of games with a buddy recently, but yeah, I've got a few hours on this game, to say the least. Haven't touched it in quite a while, but definitely fun from time to time. I used to play it, non-stop back in like 2019, 2018, into 2020, but now I just don't have time for video games. Tomorrow we're doing that giveaway though. If any of you are interested in having some free gear gifted to you, make sure that you are entered into that giveaway. You'd be gaming on that. Yeah, used to. I've had this account since I got my original PC build, which from a long time ago. Yeah, they're not the greatest. They definitely have their flaws, Austin. They're not like, it's not Glock perfection by any means. In fact, I feel like they did a lot to the Glock profile that actually kind of made it worse. But they did some cool little features that made it. But yeah, that is my original build. I've had my Tarkov account since I got that thing. That's the 2080 Ti build. I've had that since I think 2019. But yeah, I've been playing that for quite a while. And I recently got the 5070 build, and it has just been sitting here collecting dust essentially. So kind of sucks, but whatever. Yeah, I agree. Shadow Systems, it's not the greatest. I bought it when it was like one of my first pistols. I actually got a Glock Gen 5 stock, and It was when all the hype was behind the done up Glocks or the aftermarket slash Gucci Glocks, and that was one that basically came with all the fixins in one go, and I was pretty naive at the time getting it. It runs well though. I mean, I take it to the range a lot, and I practice with it quite a bit. It does pretty well for me. So I mean, to each their own with that. Probably wouldn't buy one these days with everything else that's out and available. Probably just do up a Glock myself with maybe a Radiant Afterburner, a couple of other select parts. Yeah. Hello, wife. My love. Everybody say hi to the wife. Let's see. Jump on a scav run here. I got a Taz. How fun. Every time I get on this game, I get on and immediately get smoked like 10 seconds in. So we'll see how it goes. Nice carry Springfield Hellcat Pro with a light. Very nice rifle. Very nice pistol, my friend. I've heard a lot of good things about the Springfield Hellcats, a lot of hype behind them. How do you like it? Is it something that you would recommend somebody go out and maybe buy? I've been looking for a new compact to run for my EDC as of late. Obviously, looking to buy tons of other guns as well, but new EDC is always nice. Season 2. Thought this was an airsoft gun. We don't do airsoft around here, folks. Probably should though. I mean, from what I hear, it's pretty fruitfully endeavorous to practice with an airsoft gun. Solid, yeah, super good bang for your buck. Optics ready. Get bundles that come with free optics and range bag and stuff. Yeah, I've noticed quite a few companies out there these days. They're dropping their new pistols, and when they do, they end up dropping it with like a range bag or like certain little perks. A bunch of mag stacks. People are following suit with Canik. From what I hear, Canik was the original. Give you everything you need and then some in the original package. But it's nice to know. It's nice to know. What's a good? I guess I could probably look it up. What a good package for a Hellcat costs. Springfield Hellcat Pro. Let's see here. What if they got them on Gunbroker? Oh yeah, the little Hellcat optic. 2 mags. Does this one come with a light? 3.7 inch. I like the OD green. It's a nice little perk. I love the OD green, man. That's my M&P 2.0 has a OD green frame on it, and I just love the aesthetic that brings to a smaller, more compact pistol. Makes you feel more TactiCool. All right. What are we doing here? I wonder how I could get you guys to see my computer screen while I'm streaming. I don't stream video games, but I mean, I would from time to time. Maggots. I don't know what that means, James. Sorry if I'm a little behind the times. 500. That ain't bad, dude. 500's actually pretty sweet for that package. And you say you got the one, yeah, you got the one with an optic and the little range bag. That's pretty sweet, dude. I might even look into getting a Hellcat for my next EDC. I've been looking at the little more compact EDC from Bull Armory. I mean, obviously that's not really a budget-friendly option, but they do, they're so nice. Bull Armory's Pro, I think it's Attack Pro, their little EDC version of that. It's all ported up. It's got a bunch of nice little features to it. It's obviously 1911/2011 style, but it's that's definitely something I've been looking into getting. Obviously, it's, like I said, it's a lot less budget friendly than a lot of the options out there. Probably a lot more showy than it should be for an EDC, but I'm not complaining. There's so much new stuff in this game every time I get on it. Let's see. Get some bullets. Switch from this Taz to something worth a darn. Two people. We're losing all the buddies. Who be gaming? Who wants to link up? Play some Tarkov. About to go get into a little gunfight. Holy shit, Mike Pence hates Donald Trump and you still got that sign up? Hey man, I put it up a long time ago. Just haven't taken it down. You get a lot of hate for my Trump signs. It is what it is, man. I'm quite aware of the falling out Trump had with Mike Pence. In my opinion, he's a traitor. But that's not. I'm not trying to get into that. It's definitely not a. It's definitely not a relevant sign anymore, though. You're quite accurate in saying that. Oh shit! Oh, I'm dead. Oopsie. Game scares me to no end. I don't have the nerves to play that anymore. Play something a little more my speed. I can get behind that. I can definitely get behind that statement. I might have to just try one of those out. I could definitely see it being, I mean, based off of, like I said, the hype behind it. A lot of people love the Hellcats. How it could be considered quite the ideal concealed carry. I wish we could touch guns on the freaking live streams. I don't know why YouTube's so. I don't even want to call them any kind of names or anything, but they're a little uptight about that. I don't understand why. It's kind of stupid in my opinion. I don't think it should matter if you can post a video of you playing with a gun on their platform. I don't know why I can't touch them and show them on the live stream. It doesn't make any sense. And obviously you can show them, but it's like, what's the point of just showing you the gun? It does nothing for you. Don't play with guns, as I've been told quite a few times in the last couple of weeks. Shouldn't play with guns. By the way, everybody's saying how this is a live round because it looks like a live round. It is a dummy round. This is an inert dummy round with no primer and no powder. Cannot possibly go off. So many people coming into my gun flip trick video talking about, oh, what are you doing with live ammo in the house? First of all, it's not live. Second of all, this room is reinforced. It is reinforced concrete walls, and you could probably put 109mm rounds into the side of this, any part of this room, and not a single one's gonna pass through. That's no excuse. Don't play with guns. Obviously, I don't attest to doing that. It's not smart, but I'm allowed to do what I want, right? We're adults. YouTubers don't about it. People aren't allowing themselves on stream. Yeah, okay. I can see why now. Thinking if I saw that, it'd probably be pretty scarring. Also, other people talking about, what if that gun went off and it blinked you in the head? I mean, obviously, I wouldn't have been able to post the video. Like, I mean, it's not I'm not desensitized to it, obviously, but it's quite the roadmap you need to get to that conclusion that I'd be posting a video while I'm also simultaneously not here anymore. It just doesn't make any sense. Anybody seen or heard anything about the Home Dog LLC? Just want to throw that out there. My man Connor over at the Home Dog, he makes some killer dogs, man. The old Glizzy champion. South Central Pennsylvania hot dog cart. The Sweet Heat. So good. If you have the means to go over there, I highly recommend it. He does, he's got a YouTube channel too where he slings dogs in the cart. The guy's pretty cool. Shout out to the Home Dog LLC. Good God. Matter of fact, let me just real quick. Got a couple of items I wanted to also include with the giveaway tomorrow. I'm doing that gear giveaway. What would you rather have in the giveaway? I have this new Olight PLX. It's actually a really nice flashlight. It's got the high-low setting as well as the flood to spot setting, and then flash warning. It's got the strobe setting as well, in case you want to give your intruder a seizure. Could give this away as a fourth little gift to you guys, as well as there's a couple of other things I wanted to throw out there as potential little gifts. Got the Streamlight TLR1 also. That's also an option. I don't know. What would you guys like to see in the giveaway? I've got the plate carrier, the mag pouches, as well as the Kydex holster fit for a Glock 19. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, I definitely, I mean, the look of this thing on my 2.0 M&P Smith & Wesson, I definitely fell in love, but I have been lately carrying full size and running my 2011 Romulus, so I put it on that, and it just fits well, in my opinion. It obviously doesn't protrude the barrel, so it kind of defeats the purpose of having kind of like a standoff device as your flashlight. but it just looks so well with the black on black. Let me get that plate carrier, bro. You gotta be in the giveaway, man. You gotta enter the giveaway if you haven't already. Find one of my recent posts. You'll find that I have a couple of written posts as well as a couple of videos marked 5,000 giveaway, because I was supposed to do it at 5K subs. Got to 5K subs, and then I was like, 3 days later, well, from the point of 5K, I said I'm gonna do it in a week, and then literally 3 days into that week, we were at 10K. So it's like it happened all so fast, and now we're at 10K. So it's like went from 5K to 10K. But oh, Delta Mike, I didn't even see that was you, dog. Yeah, man. I mean, could possibly win. Who knows? I got other stuff too. Like, I mean, I know there's a lot of gamers that be watching my channel. Could do something like a little controller or something like that. I don't game anymore, so I mean, I'm open to suggestions. The plate carrier, the PLX, always an option as well. I don't know. I could give you two 20-pound dumbbells. I got a, you know what? I got an old fishing rod that I don't use. It's not old. It's pretty nice still. I just don't fish anymore, really. A little bait caster on it. Let me see if I can get a hold of that real quick. Okay. It's completely buried. The skateboard, oh, I can't do that, man. That's something, I got that when I was out in Colorado. Kind of like a little memory of mine. Never really skated it or anything like that, but it's a really nice I used to love DGK. I used to skateboard pretty consistently throughout my childhood. A couple of pretty gnarly injuries resulted in not being able to do that anymore. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that, brother. He loves you as well. Christ is king, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, back to the skateboard. It is something that I bought when I was in Colorado. It's not a board that I would typically skate. I just thought it looked really cool to post up on the wall as a memory of my trip there. I do have quite a few. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. I got another one too. Actually, funny enough, hang my range bags on my skateboards on the wall. Just kind of different, I guess. But I got, this is the one that I usually will skate. Actually, if I can get a nice video of that. Get rid of that guy real quick. Let's see here. I haven't skated in a long time. I actually just zip tied them to this shelf, and I use them as a hanger now for my range bags. But that's usually the one that I'll run when I'm skating. I bought it in Colorado as well, and I skated it probably for about 5 minutes. And now it sits on the wall. But I love that thing, man. If I ever did get out to skate again, that'd be the one that I would use. That one it's got the cloud wheels, and it's too soft of a landing on that one. Then my old skateboard that I used to run way back in the day. It's a blank deck that my brother actually gifted to me. Yeah, I used to be really into skateboarding. Now I just kind of hang around here, shoot my guns out back, and do YouTube content, except for when I'm working, which is basically all the time. Hang that back up. Alright. Just want to ask, why not hang out? I see it now. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. We do have, again, Delta Mike got his eyes on that. He might be speaking it into existence. If anybody got a need for an EOTech flip to side magnifier QD, I could give that away. Play with your gun again. I want to see those sick Glock tricks. I wish I could, man. It's you're not allowed to touch guns on YouTube live streams. I guess apparently some people were ixnaying themselves from the gene pool on live, so they don't let that happen anymore. Give away the beanie. I could. I mean, yeah. Well, I don't know why you would want a nasty beanie off the top of my head, but you know, I thought about it, but funny enough, I was gonna give away this ballistic helmet that I use to get my, obviously I LARP in it from time to time, but I do my POV shots with this guy, kind of a self-constructed camera mount on the front there because I don't own any night vision, unfortunately. But I thought about giving this away too, but then I thought to myself, man, I also want to shoot this thing for a video. I think that would be a pretty good video idea, right? Just see what kind of damage subsonic 8.6 blackout 405 grain slug would do to this guy, and then some 220 grain subsonic 300 blackouts, maybe some supersonic loads. I have no use for it. Obviously I can set up a camera on something else for a point of view, but yeah, it is. I don't know what rating this thing is. I think it's 3A. No, it can't be 3A. I don't know. Only one way to find out, right? Put a few rounds through this dang thing. You can see the Kevlar on the inside. It's definitely a legit ballistic helmet. It's like Army surplus. I don't know, I got it for a gift one year. That'd be cool. What's up, MJV? How you doing, brother? It's kind of dumb to think about a gun too big live. Realistically, what are you talking about? I don't know, man. I'm trying to come up with stuff. This is the first time I've ever been live on anything, so I mean, I had quite the little mental hurdle to even click the go live button. I thought to myself, I'm just gonna sit here with nobody in my live stream and talk to myself for friggin' 2 hours and then get off and never do it again. But I seem to have quite a few, well, 10. I mean, that's cool, having 10 dudes to chat with. I don't really have a small circle, so thank you, appreciate that. Alexander, not saying doing the wrong, the same boat. Yeah, I definitely struggle in front of the camera a lot. It's something that I'm gun shy about, is the camera. Look at it, I'm like, I go blank. It's like, I don't even know what to say a lot of the time. I start a video and I'm like, what do I say here? I know exactly what I want to say in my mind, but then as soon as it comes time to say it, it's like, nothing. Yeah, I could possibly do this on the mystery gift giveaway, the ballistics helmet. I don't know, would you rather see it get shot by a bunch of different calibers, or would you rather have it sitting in your room doing nothing, collecting dust? Let me know. Also got this little suppressor sleeve. Keeps your hands from getting sizzled off with the silencer. It's an M4 carbine on that chair. That is not an M4 carbine. It is a custom built 300 blackout I made from an SCO lower. It's a SCO 15 ambidextrous billet lower. Really slept on lower, honestly. That thing's sweet. It's got a super large, I mean, the magwell on that thing is insane. And then it's ambidextrous bolt lock and release, so gives you that nice little ergonomic control right there at your fingers, so you don't have to, I mean, obviously if you're reloading you should be hugging your mag pretty high so that when you put your mag in, your thumb is already basically at the bolt release. And you don't have to slap the side of the gun, that stupid Call of Duty animation. But that thing's pretty sweet though. It gives you that nice little flick switch to do that. Got an M4 carbine custom built. Yeah, dude, I appreciate that a lot. It took a lot of effort to research how to get. This is my first from scratch build, so I built it out on that lower and thought to myself I wanted an SD look at first, but then in the same sense also wanted a QD silencer so that I could take it off and put it back on at my own will. And with an SD look, obviously the handguard makes that basically impossible to do on any kind of convenience. So I decided to shorten the handguard and go with just a silenced short build. I got it SBR'd, so it is like it's a legit rifle. It doesn't have a stupid pistol brace on it. I can't stand the pistol braces. To each their own, but it took quite a bit of research and effort to get it to not only the state that it's at to where it works, but I also put an FRT in it, so running subsonic rounds with an FRT and a silencer, it's like the amount of tuning that I had to do to get it to actually function properly and reliably was like, my wallet loathes me now. Every time it sees me coming, it's like, oh, look at this guy walking up about to spend another $1,000 on that stupid rifle. Wow. Well. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point. You can shoot 5.56 and 7.62. Yeah, I've seen a lot of companies these days coming out with the interchangeable, the different swappable barrels. Actually, a couple of them now. I don't obviously know any offhand, but I've heard that being pondered pretty regularly between the bigger manufacturers, dropping the rifles that switch from one caliber to another basically seamlessly, barrel changing anyway. Obviously, you know, with an AR-15, you can jump from 300 blackout to 5.56, as well as what's the new ones? That stupid 338 arc or whatever, or Spectre 338 Spectre. I don't know. Whatever one feeds through an AR-15 upper, you can obviously swap that out as well. But that means you just have to have a bunch of uppers built. I have a couple of different uppers. I got a 10.5 inch 5.56 upper built sitting right here. Actually, 5.56. Russian device for the max. That you can do. Let me see here. There's that 5.56 upper. I take the optics off of it when it's hanging right there because it's fallen before, and I don't. Obviously, there's some stuff below there that I wouldn't want to not only hit, but chance breaking the optics as well. But yeah, that's the old key mod that I used to run. This thing's, dude, I got this back in like 2018. Very old thing. I got the new upper on there, the CMMG upper. Funny enough how it basically seamlessly integrates with that old key mod pretty well with the old line up there. Not bad. It's all right. The only thing I praise about this thing is the CMMG upper. I like that a lot. Thank you though. I appreciate that. Here's a better look at the 300 blackout. I know a lot of people hate on the optic riser that I have, but I've got my reasons for using it. It's definitely not ideal with just for passive aiming. It's really nice with night vision, obviously, and for like gas masks, so you don't have to have like a super tight right hand cheek weld. But I just like having my head in my neck, my posture like straight up and down, which is easier target acquisition in my opinion. It's to each their own kind of thing. Yeah, well, and not only that, but for house clearing, I mean, when you're obviously when your head's upright, right? It's a lot. You got a lot more of a field of view for everywhere versus, you know, having your head welded to the side of the gun just to get a picture in the optic. It's just, it's, again, to each their own kind of thing. But yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with you. You have an idea what I could do to you in an MMA ring, son? No, I don't, man. What a question. Loudest guy in the room's never the strongest, though. I'll tell you that right now. The optic rising is perfect for real combat. We do urban combat, a lot of buildings. Yeah, dude, I agree, and that's another reason why I got it. The guys that, essentially, the guys that created it are. Needless to say, I feel like they're shilling pretty hard these days for SIG, but then again, the same guys, you know, they're some pretty bad dudes. DJ Shipley, his buddy Cole, I don't know what his last name is, but those guys, DevGru or whatever, SEAL teams, they're some pretty bad dudes, and they've had some serious combat experience, and with that, I trust what they say and train how they train. It just makes more sense to me. A lot of people tell me I'm a wannabe SEAL or I'm a basement operator. I train regularly, and I do it based off of what they tell me to do because they're the best, right? I mean, SIG is horrible, not gonna lie, I know from experience. I don't even own a SIG. A lot of people talking about how SIG sucks. Yeah, cool Fackler. I don't own SIG. I feel like they're too expensive, the weapon platforms. Obviously, all weapons are pretty salty these days. What do you do for a living? I do. So I own my own business. I own a seamless gutter company, as of recently. But from the point of high school to the point where I opened that business, which was actually just under a year ago, I was a cooling tower technician. Basically the big AC units that sit on top of like more commercial buildings. I maintenance those and rebuild them, essentially, refurbish as it were. So did that for quite a while. I also was a roofer for a long time. Did roofing for everything from, you know, installing them to selling them. So that gave me a lot of business experience in what I do now. But, yeah, I've heard a lot of bad things about the, obviously the 320 model isn't doing so hot these days. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. It definitely takes a lot of people are like, "Oh, let me see all the let me see all the bloopers and the failed videos." It's like, why would you want to see that for one? Obviously, you want to see the make. Nobody puts up their skate videos of them not making it for a million tries in a row. We want to show them the make. So, not only that, but there's quite a few of them. So you'd be sitting here for a while just watching me fail over and over again. Who wants to see that, right? I appreciate it though. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the racket, it definitely is not something that I would recommend if you're soft-handed, as it were. Lot of nasty, rusty, confined, hard work. It's not fun by any means. Joined the military at 16 with parents' permission. 33 now, 17 years now. Work as a contractor, military contracting. That's really cool, man. Thank you for your service. That's pretty selfless of you to not only join, but join with a parent's permission before you're even like legally an adult. Like, I mean, and then to commit to that, very commendable. Very commendable. Thank you for your service. What else? Kind of feel like I'm a boring kind of guy, man. I don't know what else to talk about. I have a pretty cool katana hanging up on the wall. It's not legit, but it's fun. Yeah, for the videos, bro. I hope you're having a blessed day. Hey, man, I appreciate that. See, that's very nice of you. And likewise to you. Have a blessed day, brother. Christ is King. God bless you all. Love you guys all so much for the support and kind words. Your experience should join up, my brother. See, I thought about it for quite a while. I actually recently looked into, and don't grill me for this, but doing some border patrol. I looked into applying at the border patrol office, just to kind of get my feet wet, I guess. I don't know. I can't swallow the pill of being away from my wife and my baby. And plus, my wife, we're having another one very shortly here. Yeah, see that, and that's exactly what I thought when I was doing it. Obviously, I'm not, out there really. I guess I'm protecting the country in a way, but it's like what you guys do. I mean, 17 years. I can only imagine the kind of stuff you got into, man. Well, with that, like I said, I got my wife is recently. We're expecting our second child, and my firstborn. She's almost 2 now, so it's like it's a lot to weigh, I don't think obviously it's a good thing to do to protect them, right? But I don't know. Thought about it. I've thought about it a lot, though. Somebody planted the seed quite a while ago, and it's obviously shooting's a hobby of mine. I've done it towards you, not something I'm proud of. Hey man, what you guys got to do, I don't question that of those who are out there, no matter what task they have sitting in front of them. You're doing your country a service. So with that, there's definitely reasoning behind everything that we do. Sometimes it's a little bit more less than agreeable of a situation, but like I said, you guys are doing what you got to do, man. It's never a war crime the first time. Hey man, I mean, I can't argue with that statement. That's as true as it gets, I guess. It's a good point. For once, I agree with Karen here. Can't believe I'm saying it. Haha, cool and all, but it's also beyond stupid. I don't get that. What's stupid about it? The fact that it can't go off means simply that. It can't go off like this. In reference to this comment I just got on my mag flip video. It simply can't go off, brother. Yeah, actually, Impact, I have thought about doing more long form videos. It's just a time thing for me. A lot of the times I have 55 plus hour work weeks, so when I get home I'm not only exhausted and ready to throw in the towel for the day, but to have to edit and do all that stuff myself, it's like having a second job. If any of you guys do content, you know what, you're well aware of the amount of work that goes into creating a video that will not only keep people watching it, but hitting the algorithm, staying relevant, like not making an idiot out of yourself. That's just something that I'm not quite up to speed with the entire way, I would say. But yeah, as time goes on, and the channel gets bigger and it becomes more of a side hustle for me, as I would say side hustle, because obviously once you get monetized you start making a little bit of money off of it, so it makes sense to build it, right? I will be doing a lot more range trips out back here. I have a private range. My neighbor, he set that up quite a while ago and he lets me shoot over there. A lot of my weapon inspection videos that you see from my shorts are just me standing out there about ready to fire. At that, it's about 120 yards. I will be doing a lot of content there when I do go to long form, as well as the camera setups. Obviously, it's the iPhone's nice, but I guess I just don't have the mounting equipment to properly be able to record full length videos. I I'll definitely. I mean, the more time, the more support I get with for long form videos, the more I'll be doing them. Like I said, the bigger the channel gets, the more time I'll have to essentially build towards it. Um, Obviously, it's it's much more important for me to be bringing in a paycheck these days. So with what I need to be able to make my nut, it's pretty time consuming just in the way of working. So. But yeah, as the time goes and the channel gets bigger, I'll definitely be looking forward to making more and more long form videos and stuff like that. I don't want to say copying, but a lot of the times I've thought about, getting certain things to test shooting at as a way of doing long form content, like cheap plate carriers or like cheap plates for that matter. That helmet is a good example. What calibers will go through it? I have quite the range of calibers, just about everything under, except for a 50 caliber and a 338 Lapua. I can put probably 15 different types of bullets at that type of content. So it'll be fun when we get to it. That's a smart way to go about it, man. I've never been in the storm, as it were, but I can definitely attest to asking questions being the reason that a lot of guys can't ask questions anymore. Know anyone that could make me an anti-material 50 cal sniper rifle? I do not offhand know anybody making anti-material rifles from home, but I will let you know if I do run into that guy. Let me see here. I wonder, hope I don't get a guideline strike. I wonder, can you touch silencers on live chat? I can touch parts, right? I just can't touch the guns. I don't know. Please message me if you do. I would greatly appreciate it. I know a couple of gunsmiths, but I just don't know guys that are making like from scratch firearms. I know one guy that manufactures silencers. He's got his SOL or whatever. He runs a little shop out of the back of his house. But I don't know. Oh, parts, not guns. Could totally give away. Well, I guess I can't. You need an SOL to give a silencer away, don't you? Just call it a metal. Yeah. My nice little metal cylinder here. Titanium. I've been wanting to get a hop up to put on my pistol so I can run this gargantuan thing on the end of a Glock. That'd be pretty cool, I thought. It can be a gift. I thought you had to be within the confines of the accrued trust to gift a can away without having to fill out paperwork and I guess sell it. I don't know. From what I'm understanding though, based off of the trust. Hi buddy, start panting like a dog. What a request. I'm not gonna do that. Yo, I'm not gonna do that, but it was a valiant effort. If it's military personnel, it can be a gift. Well, that wouldn't leave many options then. It'd be basically just you getting it. The only guy I know that's any serious level of military. I mean, 17 years, that beats out. I know a couple of guys that have served, but not to the extent that you have. How hard is it to get a suppressor? Well, I used the Silencer Central website. I've heard a lot of bad things, but okay, let me clarify. My first experience with them was pretty horrific. I did the payment plan. Obviously, I'm not filthy rich, so I was making payments on a silencer, and it took about a year for that thing to not only get cleared and come to me, but the customer service was very, very crappy the first time around, to say the least. And then the second time, I had the money to just buy one, so I went and bought one, and it went smooth as can be. It was like a 2 week wait time, and then it just showed up in the mail. I didn't even really get any notifications for it, but it was pretty easy with Silencer Central. Um, I've heard Silencer Shop is a lot better. I did my SBR through them, and that came back, like I said, the second silencer was it was like a couple of weeks time, and it was all done. They take care of all the paperwork for you. They run you down on all the stuff that you need to do to be able to get the silencer. Like, you don't have to do any legwork. They send it all to you. They let you know how to handle it all, and they do all the work, and then it gets shipped right to your door. Like, you don't have to go to a store and pick it up. You don't have to find an SOL, like a weapon transfer or anything you buy online. Silencer Central, those are the guys I used, but I've heard Silencer Shop, both online, fully online processes. They're pretty simplistic processes in getting silencers. Yeah, Mike. See, Mike knows. Ukraine using oil filters in car works better than most silencers. I've seen also quite a few people using the oil filters for the silencers. Now, I guess that's frowned upon by the ATF, so I've only heard and seen videos of people doing it. I've never done it myself, but I've heard they work pretty well as well. They thread right to, what is it, a 1/2 x 28 or whatever. I'm not entirely certain what the thread count is on them. You can get them, obviously, different types of thread counts. I'm not saying to ever do that, but it's, yeah, I've heard they work pretty well as far as regulating muzzle flash and sound mitigation on a gunshot. But yeah, like Mike said, Silencer Shop is the way to go. ATF can suck mine. I agree with that, brother. I agree with that. Bunch of constitutional infringing jackwagons those guys are. I'm definitely a Christian man, and I don't condone insulting anybody in any way, shape, or form, but the branches of government that are infringing on our Constitution definitely get me a little bit heated, to say the least. I reported you for your assault rifles. Why did you do that? It's not an assault rifle. Assault is a verb, brother. You don't see that thing verbing over there. That's an inanimate object. It's not an assault rifle. It's simply just a rifle. AR-15 to be specific, chambered in .300 blackout, and it's perfectly legal. Go ahead and report all you want, but you're wasting not only your time, but the guys for time that you reported it to. Yeah, see, Alexander knows. Educate yourself, brother. This is America. The platform, I'm following the platform guidelines. I'm not touching anything. I'm not, it's just over there. Disregard that thing. It's gone. Look at that. Totally gone. Don't be too sensitive, man. It's fine, For all you know, it's an airsoft gun. I really want to get another can. I want to get another silencer. I want to get a 5.56 dedicated can real bad. Made in Canada, punk. USA. Yeah, that's right. USA. USA. Oh, man. People love commenting on this video talking about how and I'm not saying it's get you a 30 cal can, bro. That's what that guy is. It's a Silencer Co. Chimera 300's 30 cal can. I've had quite a few people talking, and I'm not saying, so many people are desensitized to the thought of somebody on camera that I've had people literally tell me they hope that I myself with my firearms while I'm enjoying them the way I feel and see fit to enjoy them. Blows my mind how many people will say that on an online platform with full confidence. Yeah, dude. It's a lot of people. 5.56 custom vector. I've never even heard of that. That's crazy. Um, just ordered a new rifle today. Super stoked to. Oh yeah, dude. Once you get your first silencer, a lot of people. So I've either seen it go one way or the other. With people with silencers, people will get a can and they'll shoot it and they'll hate it, or you'll get it and you'll never go back. Like it's one or the other. You're either gonna absolutely love the thing and you're gonna buy a ton of them, or you're gonna hate it and you're gonna not wish you hadn't spent the money on it. But personally, the ability to shoot subsonic rounds through a can with no hearing protection it's definitely a really cool experience. One thing I can say though is to make sure that you're using a well-tuned system, or you're going to eat a lot of gas in the face, and it's pretty nasty. I've come back from the range with big black stains all over my face and hands from shooting my rifle, which I've never had that experience shooting unsuppressed. So I mean, yeah, not only do they sound cool, but they look absolutely sick in my opinion. I agree 100%. I mean, come on though. Like you can't tell me that doesn't look just absolutely incredible with the titanium can on it. Definitely one of my favorite builds. Orientation, I can't rotate the phone. But yeah, I guess I could try to get it in. Love that thing. And then again, the can on the 300. I really wanted to get the handguard encased around the silencer to give it that SD look, but I love the locking collar and being able to pull that thing off. And with that thing off, I mean, this build is like incredibly compact. I wanted to get a law tactical folder for it so I can fold it up, throw it in my truck, but it's it's short enough as it sits, and the law folders are so expensive for what they are. At that point, I'm just gonna try to build a piston-driven system out with a folding stock already on it. That's probably gonna be the route I go, because obviously, who doesn't need another rifle? I don't care who you are, you need another rifle. The whole setup, I would say close to roughly 5,500-ish, which I mean, a lot of people say, oh, that's way too expensive. A lot of rifles that you'll find that are pretty high quality rifles on the market right now, stock, are in or around, anywhere in or around, $1,800 to $2,500. And with that, as soon as you build it out, you're in that same price range. So, I mean, full custom build, that thing not only has everything that I want personally on it, and have done the research on, but it is tuned to perfection. Yeah, 5,500 really is really not that bad for a full custom build, and it's got some pretty quality parts on it. I mean, it doesn't have the best of the best on it. It does have the Delta Team Tactical 3-position forced reset trigger. I know, Rare Greed, those guys, they did something. A lot of people hate them for their monopolization of the forced reset trigger industry, but I did have the Hyperfire single stage, a 2-pound trigger in there at one point. You have a dedicated bump in the night gun. I have a M4 Panzer Speed Pro in the bedroom. It's a 12-gauge shotgun. I typically will have that thing sitting in close proximity while I'm sleeping, or one of my pistols, but if I had to pick a go-to bump in the night gun, even though that thing's built out for small room and confined space clearing, um, that shotgun, man, I'm telling you what, you cut down trees with that damn thing. I mean, you put five buckshots downrange towards, and my house is relatively confined, so a couple of hallways that I'll go through are really, really confined. So I mean, at the right distance, that thing's just gonna make a mess out of somebody. 12 gauge, yeah. That's the best way to run it in my opinion, for home defense. Um, Obviously, like I said, the walls in my house are block and stucco or horsehair plaster. It's an older house, so I mean, and they're like beefy. They're like 6.5 inch wide. So I mean, essentially nothing that I have, unless I'm putting supersonic loads in that thing, are gonna go through any of the walls that I got. So I mean, dragon's breath rounds for for home defense. Sheesh, brother. Oh man, I don't want to burn the crib down at the same time. Just trying to protect the wife and kids. That's crazy. That'd be nuts though. I read a thing one time. It was the guy using the 950 JDJ for home defense. It was like a parody post on using that, and oh, it sent me, dude. It was basically, it's like a 35-pound gun this dude's using for home defense. No home defense to clear a trench. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense, and you're gonna definitely be clearing some trenches with that. A long stinky fart. I can't fart on command. Wouldn't that be cool though? Wouldn't that be cool? That would be something. Yeah, it's like some of the wild. I've never been live before, and I can tell you, there's been quite an abundance of weird requests so far. Let me see here. Let's see if I can find that JDJ. It's a 100-pound, 5-foot long rifle that shoots a solid 1-pound brass bullet at 2,200 feet per second. Oh my goodness. It's a non NFA item because it gave the ATF a sporting exemption as a joke. Is anybody gonna hunt with that? This round would be overkill for hunting blue whales. Here it is. I would like to paint a picture for you. It's 2 a.m. and you hear the window break in your living room. It's the worst day that this could ever happen, as every single one of your guns were recently lost in a tragic boating accident this morning. All were lost except for one. You look across your room, and in the dread of your anti-Koju rifle, you know what you have to do, but you don't want to do it. You don't think you have the strength to do it, both literally and figuratively. Heaving the rifle into your arms, you load a 950 cartridge and begin to waddle towards the door. Your feet make a loud thud as you take each 6-inch step. You Tarkov players might relate to that. You know the intruder hears you. You hope they do, for perhaps they'll run and just spare you the world of suffering that is about to befall upon you. You try to set the rifle down, but end up clipping your bedroom door and immediately knock the door off its hinges. This is battering ram with the battering ram you have in your hands. You attempt to round the corner, bonking the muzzle against the door frame and adjacent wall across the hall at least 4 times. To your horror, 2 invaders stand there at the end of the hall. With a heavy heart, you raise the rifle onto your shoulder and make the inhuman grunting noises of the strain of attempting some semblance of a shooting position. The burglars simply are in disbelief, unable to process the situation they're witnessing, as if it were a dream. You cannot aim the rifle, as the last time you fired the gun, it turned your $3,000 Leopold into a kaleidoscope. You simply hold it at the range where it appears to be correct, and then you fire. You immediately knock to the floor as you got hit by a truck going 20 miles an hour. Then you connect one of the shots directly with the criminals, and you erase him from existence. Even the memories of him have been destroyed. You're wondering why you just shot and you're wondering why you just shot into an empty hallway. The shot continues to travel through at least 4 houses, a car, a 10-ton boulder before lodging itself 20 feet into a nearby hill. Never to be seen again. At this point, you really realize that you can't hear, and the surviving burglar can't hear either. But he's also been on fire from the muzzle blast and is currently vacating your home. You don't care. Your shoulder is dislocated, and there's a hole in your brand new AR-500 refrigerator. You're crying now, and the police arrive. Upon seeing the scene, you start laughing and crying even harder. The JDJ Fat Max. That's, oh man, I read that one time and I lost it, man. It's so funny. Oh man. Praise our Lord and Savior Donald J. Trump, heaven or eternity. No, that's not. Although I do support Donald Trump, Jesus Christ is the only way. He's the way, the truth, and the life, brother. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Nerds with guns. That's very kind of you. Thanks for watching, supporting, man. It means a lot to me. Final destination. Amen. Amen. I want to shoot a JDJ one day. I know Kentucky Ballistics be running that thing a lot. In fact, it makes me laugh every time I watch him shoot that crazy gun. Let me see. Fat Mac JDJ. What a name.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics.
What's up, Scott? We're gonna skip to the good part.
Today is a good day.
The gun is so insane.
All right.
I know, it doesn't make sense, dude. Like, how do you shoulder a rifle that big and make it look like it's nothing? What's going on, Ollie? I know you've been here a while, but I'll still say hi. even though he's as big as he is, man. I appreciate that, Impact. That's really kind of you, brother. Looking forward to making some more content and getting you those videos right before you leave. Just watch Kentucky Ballistics blow his shoulder apart. It gets me every time.
Wow.
Oh man.
Kick
That's
the
funny.
absolute snot out of me. I have never felt anything. Kick that hard. It's on a
Gun goes absolutely insane. Take care though, brother. I appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the sub and I appreciate the support, man. It means a lot to me. Have a blessed day, my good friend. That ought to be crazy, Ollie. What's your target? What are you gonna be shooting at with that beast?
Listen, I am the king of recoil on YouTube. And even
Scott is, in fact, the king of recoil on YouTube.
be kicking.
Dude, what gun is that? Please tell me. So many people asking, based off of my last gun flip trick video that I posted. I'm almost 90% sure I just saw a question come through on that video comment. It is a Alpha Foxtrot Romulus, 4.25 inch. It is the Gen 1 version. In fact, it's actually number 370 off of their production line. Serial number 374, I believe. And it has the chrome-ish DLC coating on it. I know he's not here in the chat or anything, but in case any of you guys were wondering, they do make it still, but they don't make it with the DLC coating anymore, and I believe they put a couple of extra upgrades on it. I want to see what happens to a tree. Not gonna lie, tree will do damage on a body. Dude, yeah. I was just watching Banana Ballistics did a video on the new well, not the new, but that Israeli 8-pit round from 50 BMG, and he smacked a ballistics gelatin torso in front of an AR 550 steel plate, and it looked like, I mean, if I had to put it to words, it would probably just flash boil your entire interior of your body at the same time as blowing probably a basketball size hole out of your back. Those things are just outright insane. Let me see. Yeah, I could imagine only a few of them would probably really wreck a tree. Depending on the size, might even cut it down. I want to get on Emax TactiCool and get some of those 5.56, the 8.55 A1 rounds, or some of the 9.95 rounds. I know they're, I mean, ridiculously expensive. They're like, I think the 8.55s are like $10 a shot, maybe even more. I'm not 100%. Let me just see. But the those 9.95 rounds, if I'm not mistaken, are $110 a shot, which is for 5.56. I've never even heard of that before. Here we go. Let's see. Exotic specialty ammunition, center fire exotic. Where do you get your 50 loads at? Yeah, I thought about it, but I mean, $100 for a 10-round stripper clip. It's a little out of my price range. Oh, you make, dang, dude, that's awesome. That's really cool. I wish I had a reloading setup. My brother-in-law reloads, but he's not like crazy with it. He does shotgun shells. He does his own shotgun shells. He wants to start with 5.56, 7.62. He's probably got 1,000 casings of my 300 blackout, and another few hundred of my 8.6 blackout. He's been trying to get into reloading those, but I don't know where he's at with that. About 3,500 rounds a week. Damn, son, that's insane. 3,500 rounds a week is absolutely nuts. I hope to get there one day. That'd be cool. I definitely could do it if I had the money, and I would love to be able to. I shoot about 5,000 a year, so nowhere near that number. But I got 4K. What do you mean you got 4K? Like 4,000 a week, bro? I'm on the rookie numbers. Y'all are out there with them big numbers, man. That's insane, dog. Holy cow. Friggin' 4,000 rounds a week is absolutely nuts, bro. You're probably like considerably talented behind the stock of a rifle. I could only imagine how much practice you guys have at that many round count, that many rounds a week. Hopefully, man, if I can afford to do it, I'm gonna do it, right? I have trouble keeping 2 ammo tins stocked to the brim in training at the same time, let alone just firing off several tins worth a week and still having ammo. That's awesome, man. America, right? Cheaper by the cartridge. Yeah, I've been saving my brass for the day that I do. I'm gonna get a reloading setup one day so I can make my own loads and tune the powder charges and pick my green weight and whatever the benefits are to that. Tuning that up with the specific rifles. I'm sorry, this thing's shaking so much. But tuning that up with the specific rifles that I have. I can't wait to do it, but it's all just a funds and time thing, really. Experience, you can reuse the same brass you already used. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've seen I watch a YouTuber, I don't know his name, or I would give him a shout out. But he does 30-06 cartridge where he literally, it's a loop video. He fires the cartridge, picks up the casing, goes back to his house, resizes it, reams it, cleans it, reloads it, new primer, new bullet, and then throws it right back in the gun and fires it downrange. Have to replace the fire pin. Let him / her learn. Oh man. So many people talking about how I'm advocating for doing stupid things with your firearms. Like, guys, I'm not out here posting videos saying, hey, this is how you do that. Hey, you should try to recreate this. In fact, in my description it says not to do any of that. So it's like every comment I get where somebody's like, oh, you're teaching kids how to do stupid stuff. It's like, okay, first of all, a kid shouldn't have a loaded pistol to begin with. You failed at parenting if that ends up transpiring. Secondly, through that logic, what about cowboy movies, right? Where they're spinning the freaking gun around in their hand and they're flipping flip tricks, you know. Good old Johnny Ringo on Tombstone over here. And then you got these video games. These same kids that are watching this stuff is like, you know, he's sitting in his room all day running over crowds of people in his freaking, on his GTA game. It's like, dude, how am I suddenly like where the line's drawn for don't do something on the internet? It just doesn't make any sense. Jeez. Sorry guys, I'm shutting this computer down. Alrighty. Why is the G36 the best assault rifle ever made? You know, I agree in a way. I think the G36 is a really innovative and extremely well put together rifle designed by some genius guys. Funny enough, the height over bore on the original G36 was about this much. I get so much hate on the height over bore that I have on my rifle. I cannot even put it into words. As well as the fact that my slide on my 2011 is extremely light. Speaking to that point you made about the 1911 being the best pistol ever made, obviously these are just opinions, and I to an extent agree with you, but why when I have a modernized version of any of the specs of these rifles is it trashed on so hard? But in the same sense, these guys that are trashing on it will be sitting there saying, oh, the G36 is the best rifle ever made. The AUG is the best rifle ever made. Or even like the M16 carry handle ACOG combo. Like, brother, that's like 4.5 inches of height over bore. You're talking about my riser. Like, it just does not make sense. Yeah, and that's another thing. A lot of those rifles, overhyped. They're just overhyped. They were used for very little short time in military contracts, from what I'm aware, and basically from there, as soon as it gets a contract, everybody jumps on the fanboy page and is like, oh, they're so good, they're so good. They have their flaws. Every gun platform out there has their flaws, or else we would have just stuck with one and been done, you know? Like, there's no point in getting better if it's already as good as it can get. So it's like, a lot of people think their opinions are facts, which is crazy to me. Let me see here. Rare ammunition. Back to this. The 5.56 rounds. Ollie. The M995 53 grain black tip armor piercing 5.56 rounds. They're $110 per shot. And then the 62 grain M855A1s, they're a steel penetrator. It's basically an M855 with the steel penetrator on the outside of the cartridge in the front, rather than on the inside of the bullet rather than on the inside. So it's got, I guess, a little bit more of a penetration. I mean, a lot of bit more of penetration, but how many negligent discharges have you had? None. I've never had a negligent discharge. I've had so many people talk about why is there probably a million holes in my walls and my floors and my ceiling. No, nope. This is a dummy round. I use dummy rounds when I'm doing dummy stuff. I don't put live ammunition in a gun that I'm gonna be flinging around like an idiot. What's going on, Bullet? How you doing, brother? Robbie, dude, what's up, Robbie? Negligent discharges, though, Robbie. I've never had one, brother. I've never had one. Hopefully, we'll never have one. Accidental discharge is a scary concept. Love that, brother. Let me see here. Looking into some more of these crazy ammo types. RLP Black Hill Contract Ammunition, Mark 225. I wonder what those are. Specialized to reduce ricochet, limited penetration, frangible combat cartridge. Designed by SOCOM, Naval Special Warfare for close quarters operations. Okay, the Mark 255s are pretty cool. $10 a shot though. It's just so expensive for 5.56. Let's see here. Scares the hell out. You guys know you're shooting, they will light up the area. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I mean, I don't know by experience, but if I was in a gunfight and I saw a muzzle flash in the distance, that's where I'm gonna be shooting, right? So definitely makes sense. Let's see. 5.56 Black Hills 77 grain BS tip contract rare. Y'all, if you want some of the craziest ammo you've ever seen in your life, go to Emax TactiCool. This guy's got some of the most insane ammunition you can buy. My favorite gun of all time, sheesh. That's a special place in my heart back into the 2009 era when Modern Warfare 2 came out. Man, if I could have a ShayTac M200 intervention chambered in 408 ShayTac, that's probably my favorite hands down, to be completely honest with you. If I had to pick one indefinitely, that would probably be it. The intervention is just such a good looking rifle, man, and it holds up. How long ago was it created, and it's still like, you know, top tier rifle. Obviously it's like 45 pounds, so it's not really ideal for anything other than, you know, laying down in long range, but that's what it was designed for. So yeah, dude, it's just such a crazy looking rifle. Such a beautiful gun. We had a freaking crazy shootout recently in my area. The 357, the 405. Isn't it 408? I thought it was 408 ShayTac. But yeah, dude. Yeah, they're absolutely ridiculous. 7.62 by 54R. That's also a very crazy round, dude. Honestly, the 7.62 by 54. It holds a special place in my heart. As funny as we're on the video game subject. Tarkov. I absolutely love the SVD in Tarkov. It was one of my favorites. What's going on, Artisan? Sorry, I can't read. I'm not the greatest reader. I'm dyslexic, so it's sometimes when people have a bunch of what looks like random letters stacked up, I just go full dummy mode. You ain't shooting 1,000 yards without glass. Okay. Did he say he was shooting without glass? No scope. Oh, I mean, sounds like it. I haven't seen credentials, but from what I hear, all these experienced veteran and has had quite a few years behind the stock in the armed forces. So I mean, anybody can say anything, obviously, but I'm not gonna get into that. He could very well have had one of those shots. Who am I to say he didn't? You know. I'm doing pretty well, man. Just hanging out. Obviously, just chatting, looking up some funny, weird stuff on the internet, as many people that browse the internet do. Wish I could be playing with my guns right now, but obviously can't do that on a live stream. In Switzerland, yeah, military training does not include scopeless firearms training. Swiss military provides citizens with fire after completing military service. Specific regulations for firearms. I can't find anything regarding that statement, but that's crazy. 458 Winchester Grand. Got you. M1 Garand chambered in 458 Winchester, you say? Sheesh, brother. That's a shoulder thumper there. Hey, I'll look into that, bro. I appreciate that. Appreciate you stopping by, and the support. It all helps out, and I'll definitely look into that. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your work day, my friend. Grandma's house is looking good. That's it's funny because most of that's from my granddad. He passed away recently, and I received quite a bit of his, I guess, old person stuff. He liked antiques, so I mean, I got a lot of his antiques. Thank you. Appreciate that, Bullet. Do you play games? I do, sometimes. I don't have a lot of time recently to do any gaming, but I do play quite a few different games here and there. I'll jump on Tarkov from time to time. I've been playing the half sword game. It's a little violent for my taste. I turned the graphics down, but I do very much enjoy that. And then I have an emulator that I play a lot of my old PS2 nostalgia games on, so that's also fun. You are gay. I am a Christian man and I have repented from sin, so that's not quite true, but I appreciate the notion. Okay, you're gone. You get a 30-minute timeout. I have quite a few friends that play Delta Force. I tried to get into it, but I suck at it, so I don't play that really at all. My favorite book, as I am an American and I'm very proud to be an American, I tend to go to Romans, as I believe it is essentially the constitution of the Christian faith. So with that, I do love I love the Book of Romans. Matthew is a little closer to a second, but I would have to give a close second to John because the Book of John, obviously, John's that guy that's the one that Jesus loved, and I beat Peter in a race, and he's just his book has a certain resonant feeling that you get when you read it. It is. I agree. Psalms. That's amen. the Book of Psalms. David was a very, very. I absolutely love his writings. Obviously, the famous Psalm 23. Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Maketh me to lie down in green pastures, leadeth me beside the still waters, restoreth my soul. You know, all the. I don't know it by heart, but it's like, man, that hits home for me. Psalms 27. For whom shall I fear? I believe, right? The Lord is my light, my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Yeah, that's a very good one as well. I don't play Delta Force personally. It's definitely a great game. Don't get me wrong. I have actually like 25 people in my Discord right now playing Delta Force. They love it, but I suck at it, so I could never get into it. What's going on, Confidence? One of my longtime supporters. I want to give a quick shout out to her. If any of you know her channel or don't, go over there, check it out, give her a sub. She's a very supportive Christian going woman. I don't know how to say that, but I definitely appreciate all your love and support for sure. It means a lot. Allahu Akbar. We're okay, man. I don't want to burst your bubble, but I'm a Christian. I don't do all that. Muhammad's a false prophet. Sorry. Gaming and God topic. Hey, man. That's what we love. Man upstairs. I don't know, bro. Back to Emacs Tactical, though. Trying to find a really crazy round that I want to pick up. I want to get a stripper clip of some nasty stuff, but I'm spending that kind of money. I want to make sure I know what I'm getting. That's right. Ever play War Thunder? No, again, that's a great one. I probably would have gotten into that. I watch a lot of content on it, funny enough, but I've never played it. Same with Arma, and I had another one that I wanted to get into. When I used to game, I used to run Tarkov mainly, and then I would also run what's that game? Ground Branch, Ready or Not. That's also a really good one. I don't know if you've heard of Ground Branch, but it's a really good game. It's very small, I guess. I recently started to enjoy the body cam game right before I got off of playing video games, but yeah, dude, Ground Branch is sick. I love that game. With the high, low, ready, and like the all the custom, like the interface work in that game is fantastic. I haven't been on it in a long time, but last time I played it, the weapons customization was a little subpar to Tarkov in my opinion. But yeah, it's fantastic. Try the battle practice. It's fun. Is that on War Thunder? Cohen. Medal of Honor Rising Sun was the best game. I played Medal of Honor for a little bit when I was a really young boy on PlayStation, but I wasn't really into gaming like that back then, so I wasn't really a diehard fan of anything at that time. I just kind of passively played what looked good, and I did play quite a bit of that. Ghost of Tsushima. I've heard a lot of good things about that game. See, around the time that came out is when I kind of stopped playing video games for the most part. So it's like getting into new games, even though they were probably pretty peak games. I never really got any good at them, or had the desire to, for that matter. So it's like I probably would have enjoyed it a lot if it had came out a couple years earlier. The well rod plunk. guys. What's going on, silly? Delta Force is easy. You just gotta get a tank and get like 50 plus kills. I honestly, like I said, I got quite a few people that play it. If I knew, they were bragging on being like, you know, up there on the leaderboard for quite a while. So I would assume they're probably still pretty good at the game. But a lot of them were complaining, obviously complaining about cheaters. I don't know how crazy it is these days, but I guess you muted me for 30 minutes. No, I didn't mute you. I didn't see your message. My bad, brother. Give you a sub though. I'm gonna go to the range now. Well, I'm sorry that I didn't see your message, but appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the support. Have fun at the range, my friend. It was good chatting with you. I play a lot of Halo games. That was one of my favorite back in the day. Back when Halo came out, I was a little young for that. Halo 2 as well, but when Halo 3 came out, my opinion, man, that game was peak at the time. I love Halo 3. I loved playing it with my buddy. I grew up in a house where my parents couldn't really afford. We didn't have internet for a long time when I was a kid, and I didn't have really the greatest consoles or gaming abilities. So when I would go to a friend's house and would play, my buddy, his name was John, I would play Halo 3 over at his house. I always felt so bad because it's all I wanted to do. I would go to his house. But he liked it enough that we just constantly would play that. And then the original Modern Warfare, as well as Modern Warfare 2 when it finally came out. But yeah. Later, Ollie. Have a good one, brother. But yeah, Halo 3, dude. Love that. The Forge mode. Oh my goodness, this stuff was so fun. Couldn't beat the Forge mode. Let's see here. I play corny enough. I play I don't know if you guys ever played Jack and Dexter. When I was a kid, I don't know what it was about that game series, man, but I loved it so much. It was so fun to me. Like I said, I didn't have the ability a lot of the times to play video games that well, like the good ones, or being like having the new consoles or video games that came out, or especially internet too. Like we didn't have internet for a long time as a kid, but I absolutely loved playing Jack and Dexter. As corny as it sounds, it was one of my favorite games. I do. I mainly these days will play mouse and key. Actually, my first computer I got in 2017, and from beyond that, anytime I'm playing some kind of story mode or story immersive, I guess non-competitive game, I'm jumping on a controller though. I love the whole kickback feeling, you know, versus leaned up into the mouse and keyboard and all sweaty and whatnot. That's one thing that turned me off of games. I was competitive for a while with it, but it got to the point where it was like, it's just a chore anymore to get so into it that I'm like, you know, I get mad. Sometimes I've gotten close a couple of times to busting up my setup. I actually punched the ever-loving crap out of my old monitor, and it separated the screen really bad, so I had to put glue, put super glue on the screen, and it dripped down behind the actual screen, and now there's a super glue mark there, but it still works. And from sitting down position, you can't really see it. And then I ended up getting the more expensive ultra wide, the OLED. This is a 240 hertz. I think I don't even know the brand, to be completely honest with you. It's been so long. I think it's LG maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I got this thing, and now it's like I can't trust myself to play competitive games. Sorry about that. I can't trust myself to play competitive games because I'll get mad enough to hurt that guy, and I don't want to do that. So funny enough too, I did get it right as I was doing a computer overhaul. Got a new setup there and new keyboard, so it's like I got all this new stuff and I don't even play it anymore. I don't even use it. Am I? Am I better now? My bad, dude. I'm sorry about that. I was cleaning off my camera and I guess I hit the mute button. Sorry about that. I don't even know where I left off. Thank you though for pointing that out. I'm sure I looked like an idiot for for a little bit. Oh man, that's funny. "14-inch HP laptop and it runs fine." Yeah, dude, I've always wanted to get a laptop for specifically for when I travel because back when I was a gamer, because obviously, you know, you can't take any of this stuff with you and I was going out of town a lot for work, so um, I was really trying to get a laptop, but I don't know. I couldn't find myself spending that much money because gaming laptops, I guess, are really expensive. So that being said, I just couldn't do all that. I crashed my snow machine into a creek last weekend. Whoa, are you all good, man? Is the snow machine good? Are you good? How'd you do that, dude? That's nuts. That's nuts, man. I remember I was skateboarding one time. Funny enough, I was at a hospital. That's good though. The snow machine's good. Are you good? I was skateboarding at a hospital one time. Funny enough, it was at a hospital. It was an 8-stair, and I was trying to hard flip it. I don't know if any of you guys skateboard, but I ended up kicking the board out really hard, and I landed right on my butt and with my hands behind my back. And I guess I kind of like, maybe show you on, I like landed like that and I broke like 5 fingers at the same time and fractured my tailbone all at once. And oh man, that was the day I quit skateboarding. I'll tell you what, well, quit like trying to pursue it. Some of them wipeouts, man, I could only imagine how nasty wrecking a moving machine was. I got T-boned a little while ago in a pickup truck by a guy. God saved my life right there, and I walked out injury free. It was the truck was an absolute mess. It totaled it, but that's insane, dude. 30 miles an hour. Trail collapsed. I flipped sideways into the creek. It was about -5 out. God is good, brother. God is good. I'm just happy you're okay. That's amazing to hear that you're okay. And the snowmobile's good. What more could you ask for? It's just a crazy experience though. I can only imagine all the thoughts going through your head. Praise Jesus. Amen, brother. Amen. Amen to that. God is good. All right. Usually guys that look like you are into God. A lot of people when I grew up, man, it was like the not cool thing to do. Like you're a Bible thumper, you're a Christian, it's lame. The cool thing was to be partying and be smoking and drinking and trying to get with a bunch of different girls. Like that whole crowd, that whole scene, you have to be cool. That's the only way to do it. I got saved almost 4 years ago now. It's changed my life. It's changed my life so much. To speak to that point, just about everybody I know that I would hang out with back in the day is still on that same path, and I can agree with that. A lot of those guys. That's a lot of the reason that I feel it necessary to put content out these days. As you might be aware, I do some Christian content here and there. People that are, that I would hang out with that I guess look like me, a lot of the times they have trouble finding the Lord, and with that, it's on my heart recently to try to resonate with my like-minded friends that might be struggling in that way. So I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's definitely exactly, man. The world hated him first. It's such a hard pill to swallow now that you get saved and it's like, man, how doesn't everybody love this guy? I mean, dude, what he did, and then while doing it, claiming to be doing it for us is like, I wouldn't, dude. Oh my goodness. Like I've seen recently on an interview with I forgot his name. I'd love to give him credit, but to quote him, um, the way, I don't know if you've ever seen The Passion of the Christ, but he said in the interview, Jesus would have loved to have been beaten that way. Jesus would have loved to have gone down the way that it went down in the Passion of the Christ. The Bible describes it. I mean, he was marred. He was naked and unrecognizable, indistinguishable between man and woman. His intestines were hanging out. My man, a 300-pound cross, dog. I don't know if like how much you've ever lifted in your life. Like I can lift this considerable amount for my size. I couldn't imagine throwing 300 pounds on my shoulder, let alone after the beating that that man took, and then walk it up a hill for several miles while still being beaten, and then hanging on it and saying that you're doing it, and then praying for the people that did it to you. Thank you, Jesus, right? I mean, come on. What rifle are you? This one or this one? Which one are you talking about? Oh man. Like stack your feet up on top of each other and imagine driving a spike down through the bones in those feet. And you still like forgive them. They don't know what they do. This one is a hodgepodge thrown together crap ball M&P 22 built out of a bunch of Amazon special parts. And this one is a custom 300 blackout 8.2 inch SBR with a suppressor on it and a bunch of expensive crap. Got another one I can show you too. I know I've showed it a couple. Oh, excuse me. I know I've showed it a couple of times now, but there's a different one. That's a 12-inch 8.6 blackout SBR bolt action with a rugged suppressors Alaskan 360 Ti. Do a trick with the gun like you did in one of your shorts. I can't, man. I wish I could. That would be literally what I would be doing right now. I would actually be doing that just to do it. For like a stream topic, I guess. But you can't touch guns on live stream. Apparently too many people have gotten carried away and removed themselves from the gene pool by doing that, or on live stream with firearms. So now YouTube doesn't let you touch firearms on live streams. I want a 300 blackout. I got KS-47 with an AK lower and a 7.62. I think, have you been posting like your guns online? Like do you put content up, Joe? Absolutely. I appreciate you stopping by. T Wizzy. Very, very clever name, I guess. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you stopping by, giving me some of your love. Have a good day, man. A 1943 Mosin, dude. That's sick, dude. See, that's a very loved gun on the Tarkov community as well. The old Mosin. Oh man, I want to get some old surplus, right? I want to get an SKS 7.62 SKS. Just obviously just for gigs, but it's pretty iconic in my opinion. Nice wood furniture, classic. Has a bayonet on it. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. The reason I asked Joe is because I've seen quite a few people now with the what did you call it? I'm sorry, the KS-47 that post those online. That's the I guess, what is it? An AR-15 AK-47 variant, kind of like the CMMG Mutant, but like just a different style, I guess. Hey man, can't beat an AK-47 for reliability. Yeah, so I've seen a few people posting those. That's why I asked. But those things look sick, man. That's a really cool gun. Wish I could have one of those myself. Yeah, dude, the 103 is pretty sick. What is it? The 101, the 5.56 one. Those are pretty cool too. I think those are pretty bad. Let me see. AK 101. Yeah, 5.56. AK 47. They're so cool. AKs are so cool. My brother has one. I really want to get an AK, but I just these days the gun budget's a little subpar, as it were. The day my little brother bought a side-by-side 10 gauge. Dang, bro. I bet that thing punches you in the shoulder. That's pretty cool. Side-by-side 10 gauge. I bet that's freaking into things like that big. That's nuts. Yes, sir. I don't know if any of you guys were here when I was mentioning, yeah, Doom Gun for sure. Yeah, dude. Oh my goodness, that'd probably throw you on your butt. But I don't know if you guys were here earlier when I mentioned we are doing a giveaway on the channel tomorrow. If you haven't, just find a video marked TC5K or TC10K. I've got a couple of written posts. All you got to do is comment TC10K or TC5K, and you have a chance to win some gear. We're giving away 4 5.56 30-round mag pouches with the Molly. This one has a bungee retention, but the rest don't. It's 2 multi-cams and 2 woodland camos, M81. These are GBRS group gear pouches, as well as a Kydex holster from Havoc Holsters. This is cut for a Glock 19 with an optic and I think it's a TLR 7 Streamlight /7A. And then for the number 1 prize, we'll be doing the plate carrier. This is a Testudo Gen 2 from AR 500. OD green. I love the OD green, so. Calibers of ARs you got behind you. This is a little crappy throw together 22 that I put together out of a bunch of miscellaneous parts that I had laying around. It's actually missing a bunch of stuff. It still works. Funny enough, it works just fine. It's an old M&P 15. It was my first gun, funny enough. And this one is a 300 Blackout that I built from scratch, custom build. And it has a silencer on it. I will show you real quick. A lot of people hate on it because of the riser mounts that I have it on. And then a lot of people also hate on the 22 because it's AliExpress or Amazon just as good build, which, whatever. That's the 300 Blackout. It is rocking the Silencer Co. Chimera 300 with a JP Enterprises Rapid Configuration handguard, a Surefire Turbo Mini Scout Pro, some EOTech optics. This is the XPS 2-0, and that's a G43 3x magnifier, SCO 15 lower, ambidextrous, a custom grip from VZ. Shout out to VZ grips. That is the most aggressive grip texture I think I've ever felt, and it looks really good. And then it is SBR'd. It's an 8.2 inch bull barrel, silenced build. How much was it for the 300 upper? Well, I built it from scratch. It's an Aero Precision upper. And then the barrel is Roscoe Manufacturing. JP Enterprises, the handguard, and then all that other good stuff. I probably spent about $3,000 on it, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Not entirely certain the number, but it costs probably, yeah, I would say comfortably probably about $3,000 for the everything you see on the upper as it sits. Yeah, funny enough, I have my 5.56 upper hanging right there on the wall. A lot of people hate on this thing for the extensively long grip. I had a stupid pistol light on it, and I swap it between an LPVO and the optic setup that I have there. Yes, they need re-zeroed every time I do it, but it's just fun to be able to swap uppers. I don't quite have the money for the to put a scope on both of them yet, but I'm getting there. And then obviously the hated 22, disregard my old Trump signs. Hung those up probably about 6 years ago, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, this thing, man, it is missing a bolt catch. The pivot pin does not have a retainer in it, so it just falls out. The takedown pin, I actually cut a screw in half from a spring on the grip of another rifle, and then cut a screw in half to use it as a retaining pin for it. And then to be able to get the radiating talon in there, I had to extensively modify the lower to be able to get it to fit, and then I put a really expensive competition trigger in there, and it has like a $60 optic on it. Everybody hates on it because it's got the bipod and the red dot and then the red hand, the red grip. Everybody hates the red grip. Amazon special. It does well though. I like it. It's fun. One of my more fun guns to run. Yeah, I agree. It shoots and it's enjoyable. It's a great time at the range. What's up, Mysterious? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. How is life for you, good buddy? What's my least favorite gun? Now don't get mad, but the micro Dracos with nothing on them are the worst things ever to be created next to a high point. And then Keltec is a close third. Mossberg Maverick 88. Can't go wrong with a Mossberg, brother. Cannot go wrong with a Mossberg. Yeah, see, I just can't get behind them, man. They're so ugly. The micro Dracos are so ugly. There's the wood furniture. It looks like somebody just threw a 3 2x4s stacked together on the end of a cut in half AK with no versatility, or like you can't do anything with that thing. They're so worthless. What's your least favorite? Oh, there you go. Least favorite is the Mossberg Patriot 300 Win Mag. Do you have a job? I do have a job, actually. I am a business owner. I own a seamless gutter outfit, and I work as a cooling tower technician for a place called CTHX. They're all over the country, so I travel a lot for them. Thank you, Toast. I appreciate that. It happened so quick, dude. Like, I posted the 5K giveaway post, and I'm not even kidding you. Within 3 days, I said on the 5K post, we're going to do the giveaway in a week, which was last Thursday. And by Monday morning, or Sunday night rather, I had the 10K mark. I was like, it blew my mind. I couldn't have imagined it going as quickly as it did. So you guys are amazing. If you're subbed, I wholeheartedly appreciate you so much for helping my channel grow. That's amazing. Can't wait to do more and better content for you as time goes, and bring you some long form range stuff, some training, some ballistics testing, whatever you guys want to see. So full auto AK personally, yeah, that'd be cool to have for sure. A properly built AK I will never trash. They're amazing firearms, and it's just the ones without the stocks with the really micro barrels and that massive wooden grip on the front. I just can't get behind that. Mossberg Maverick for my hunting gun because I'd feel bad using my competition shotgun. Is that the 7mm you were talking about? Or 300 Win Mag, yeah. I could imagine that's probably pretty rough on the shoulder. You probably don't have to worry about a deer running away, though, with the 300 Win Mag. Just I feel like you'd be a good gun content creator. Just gotta keep up with the good work. Hey, man, that kind of support, dude, is what keeps me going right there. I really appreciate that. As soon as I get the means to be doing long form stuff that is, I want to try to do stuff that's new, but obviously, there's that proven content where it's like, I don't want to say I'm trying to copy anybody, but like, I love Kentucky Ballistics. I love his content, the ballistic gel testing, the different caliber testing, bigger, more recoil-less guns, and then like, a cross between that and like tactics training, trying to learn, do better, figure out what I'm doing wrong, all that kind of stuff. My absolute favorite gun, I think we got into this earlier. My all-time favorite gun, and this is like a nostalgia thing kind of for me, is I have to give it to an Modern Warfare 2, man, 2009, the M200 Chi-Tac Intervention was absolutely the most gorgeous looking thing I've ever seen in my life. And chambered in 408 Chi-Tac, I'd have to give it to that. That's probably my favorite gun. Hello, my wife. Wife, Alicia Barzak. So everybody say hi to wife. Microwave guy. Recoil isn't that bad on the 300. It gets a 5-inch group at 100 yards. Yeah, that's not the greatest. I can show you my most recent trip to the range. I was doing 200 yards with subsonic ammo out of my 8.6 Blackout, and we were getting a pretty good 5 group on that. I was really surprised with the budget Arkin optic that I have. It's the SH4J 6-24. In an 8.6 Blackout, it was like 342 grain slugs I was firing. So to get that kind of group, I'll show you again real quick. There it is from the back. It felt really good, to be honest with you. I'm not a huge like long range guy or anything like that, but so when I got this thing, I wasn't anticipating being any good with it. But man, it is spot on. I love that gun. So I did hunt a couple times. A lot of my family is big into hunting, but it's not huge for me. My daughter is banging at the door. She wants to come in so bad. Personally, I don't hunt a lot. I've done it. I do it. I can do it, but it's like I'm not a big die-hard hunting guy. Hey man, that's an M4E1 Aero Precision upper right there. Show it one more time real quick. I know it's probably getting annoying, me walking back and forth the room here, showing the same gun over and over again. But yeah, that's the same upper, dude. I would recommend keeping that. I just put this on here, I'd say about 3 months ago. I haven't been able to get out to the range a lot with it, so I can't tell you, oh, it's fantastic, it's like super good or anything like that. But I do love the aesthetic to it. I love the look of it. I switched it from the CMMG upper right here, which I did have quite a few rounds out of, and I can attest, very, very nice upper. But as well as many of you may know, shooting silenced subsonic, you get quite a bit of carbon buildup. So having the forward assist for me was, it was essentially a no-brainer to change that out. It's funny to think she's watching. I got a Ruger American 22 WMR. Thing gets a 3/4 inch group at 100 with a 4x32. Yeah, that's the kind of numbers that I would like to see. 3-inch group or a 3/4 inch group is really cool. It's props to you, my man. Yes, sir. Of course. Glad to help you out. M4E1 is definitely a great upper from what I have experienced. Yeah, that is Alicia. She's my wife. We've been married now for about 3 years. We have our little girl running around like crazy right now, so she's doing her best to contain her while I say hello to all my supporters on, well, as many of you guys decide to stop in within the time that I'm going to be streaming, which is a little over 2 hours at this point. I might cut it off here shortly. I hate to do it, but it's like this is the first time I've ever streamed anything. Like, this is the first time I've ever been on camera in front of any kind of live audience. I appreciate you guys for taking it easy on me. I know I'm probably not the most entertaining person, as it were, but again, it's the first time I've ever been on camera in front of anybody live. I do tend to A lot of the time, I'll post videos and content, but I'm not kidding you. It will take me 25 takes to get it to the point where it's like, hey, I don't sound like a complete dummy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That kind of reinforcement is definitely a huge help, a huge confidence booster. So, very much appreciated. M739 SAW or BR85. Ooh, you're asking questions above my pay grade, my friend. Let me see here. What was that? M739 SAW BR85. Let me see. Ah, I see. Squad automatic weapon. United States Space Command. Let's see. Classic. Classic. I wish I knew more about the Halo lore. I think that's a Halo gun. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah, that's a Halo gun. Good. Hey man, it was a good test. I think I might have failed that one, to be completely real with you. What's the other one you said that M84 VR? That is. I know that one. It's a Halo gun. Yeah, the battle rifle. It's the classic. It was my go-to. I never liked the assault rifle. I always liked the battle rifle a lot more. Alrighty, guys. I think I'm gonna call it at that. What are your thoughts on the Mac 1014? Basically, more budget-friendly Benelli M4. I don't know that one particularly, but I can tell you the Panzer M4 Speed Pro. Fantastic, man. A lot of those inertia shotguns, I guess the what are they, the M4 knockoffs, they're getting pretty good from what I hear, from what I've seen too. I'm sure everybody here knows who PewView is. He did a video on Benelli clones, I guess, or is it the 1301 clone? I don't know. Either way, he found that quite a few of them are pretty up to par with the standards that a M4 guy would have these days. So it's definitely a versatile market. Alright, guys. Again, I think I'm gonna get off here. We're 2 hours and change in. I gotta go give my daughter some love. She's banging on the door. So I appreciate everybody for stopping out. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, guys. God bless you all. Thank you for your support and your love. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.